Back when my career began, teachers were given carte blanche to create a classroom of discovery and creativity. What a wonderful place it was for children to garner new information, pursue individual interests. We were recognized and commended for our creative lessons and positive learning environments. The excitement was hard to contain when students made connections or shared learning with other children. Parents would write me letters about how much their children loved coming to school. What a difference a decade makes. First, it was proficiency testing. We'll just see how the kids are doing. Then it was, any child you think won't pass the reading test should be getting an F in reading. Next, we dumped teaching health, and we only teach science and social studies through read-alouds, since we are now mandated to teach reading for 1.5 hours each day, writing for an hour a day, and math for 1.5 hours. No more time for science experiments. Certainly no time to explore, make mistakes, and reflect on our own learning or teaching. We are on a testing treadmill from the day we start school until the day we leave. This year we were told to forgo share time so we can meet with the lowest learners for intervention over and over again in both math and reading. The goal is always the same, to get them to pass the test. Last month we were told we didn't have to meet with our highest readers, i.e. test passers, until the beginning of May so we can focus on the lowest readers and the fence riders. Today we were released early from class to develop yet another plan to teach kids how to interpret test questions and answer them correctly. Forget that they've already taken 4 full-length math tests, 4 full-length reading tests, 6 unit math tests, 4 short cycle reading tests, and weekly spelling tests. Today I received an email instructing me to give my students another math test from a university, which will take another hour out of my day and help guide my instruction. And to top it all off, not only do I have to score all these tests and enter the results in a database, I also prepare sub-plans for 4 days throughout the year so I can spend 6 hours at a time analyzing data and creating plans to target the kids who didn't pass various questions that will most likely appear on the tests. Sometimes I come home and just cry. Cry for all the lost opportunities of meaningful learning. Cry for the kids who aren't getting teacher time because they are already test passers. Cry for the incoming educators who are being taught this is teaching. It is not. At our last day today, a young teacher said, I have to think of a good bribe. Extrinsic rewards teach kids to want intrinsic rewards. Epic fail. New students walk through our school doors and they are immediately sized up. Test passer, non-passer, counts for us, counts for the state. Never gonna pass, bubble, high flyer. One of the saddest moments of my career was when I was reading with a kiddo whose dad was in prison, mom was an addict, and I knew he would only be at our school for 1 year as he was an overflow student. We were reading a book and I asked, so why do you think that happened? His comprehension wheels didn't turn. Why? Because so many questions on the reading test require the kids to only use information from the selection. We have to teach them over and over again, go back to the passage to find information and use it in their answers. He looked at me and said, should I look in the book? My heart broke in a million pieces. I did it. I took an intelligent, inquisitive child and turned him into a test taker. And of all the kids who will need to be able to think on his feet, it's this one. Next year, any student who doesn't have a score of 390 on the last reading test will automatically be retained, so says the state. Thank you for your beautiful song. I'm going to listen to it every day to remind myself this too shall pass. I hope. Your friend in the testing trenches, Jen.
I'm quiet in the classroom, don't always raise my hand, don't always answer questions, don't always understand, but always have ideas when I stare up at the sky. My sister likes to tease me for always asking why. And I'm more than a number, more than a grade. I know the constellations, here's a painting that I made. I read books in my closet, I will not be a 2. I'm more than a number, I'm a person just like you. I speak one language here and another in my home. daydream in both languages whenever I'm alone. I'm good at climbing trees, Mom's teaching me to sew. I am full of secrets the test can never know. And I'm more than a number, watch me fold this plane. I snuggle with my beagle, there's music in my brain. Someday I'll go to Egypt, I will never be a two. I'm more than a number, I'm a person just like you. If you think I can be measured by numbers on a screen, if my whole school becomes a test, where will I learn to dream? I love to do hard problems, I write stories and I laugh. My gifts are so much greater than the data on your graph. And I'm more than a number, I invent things when I play. I collect shells and fossils, please hear me when I say I will not be a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4. I'm me, I'm a mystery, I'm a child, not a score.